Good morning to all. My name is Sandhya Rani. Today I am going to explain about design flow of VHDL. So first of all, what is meant by design flow? So design flow is nothing but the sequence of basic steps for designing any system using HDL is called design flow. So in this design flow, we have front end steps and back end steps. So the front end steps are block diagram, coding, compilation, simulation. And the back end steps are synthesis, fitting, placement, and routing, timing verification. Let us see the each and every step operation. So the first step we are going to perform is hierarchical structure or block diagram structure. So in this step we are going to figure out the basic building block diagram, and if this building block diagram is large design, for large design we need to define modules and their interfaces and their internal structure in detail. So this hierarchical structure or block diagram structure includes defining modules, interconnection, and internal details of that circuit. And the next step we are going to perform is coding. Coding means writing the VHDL code for the hierarchical structure. So this coding in this coding we are you for writing this code we need VHDL text editor we need. So in VHDL we have availability of different text editors. Among those text editors it is better to use HDL text editors for the following reasons. So here HDL keywords are highlighted automatically. There is built-in syntax checking. The compiler can be accessed using single click. That means it is better to choose HDL text editor for getting these advantages. And the third step we are going to perform is compilation. So in this step, compilation of written code is performed. So whatever the code we are written in this coding step, so that code is compiled in this step. So during this compilation, the syntax errors are detected and the code is checked for the compatibility with other modules. That means for large designs it we need to define modules, so the internal modules may connect to each other. So if those modules are not compatible, so that compatibility will be checked by this compilation step. So instead of compiling whole program, so it is performed for a piece of program. So and the next step we are going to perform is simulation. So first of all, what is meant by simulation? So what is the purpose of this simulation? So the purpose of simulation is to verify the circuit is working as per our requirement or as per our desirement. So as per our desire, the circuit is working or not verified in these simulation techniques. So for the successful simulation, we need to apply the adequate input conditions. For example, if we want to perform the logical AND operation, so for logical AND operation, it needs at least two inputs. If you not give that two inputs, how it can produce the output? That's why for the successful simulation, so it is necessary to apply adequate input conditions. So for the simulation, the design is first described in HDL and then it is verified by the simulating design, and then it is tested and observed its response using test bench. So actually you're writing our code in HDL text editor, so no need to describe that code in HDL text editor. And after that it is verified by simulating design, and it is tested, and its outputs will be verified whether the output is correct or not as per our requirement. And the backend, coming to the backend steps, so the first step is synthesis. So synthesis is the process of generating logic circuit from the truth table. So in simulation we observe the waveform output. So by analyzing, by observing that waveform, we can verify the our design is correct or not. So in this synthesis operation, we are going to verify the logical circuit operation, that is truth table verification will be performed in this synthesis step. So for performing synthesis process automatically, synthesis CAD tools are available. So to perform this synthesis process, VHDL has internally synthesis CAD tools are available. Using those CAD tools, it performs the synthesis operation at a time. After that, the next step in backend steps are fitting, placement and routing. So in this fitting, placement and routing, this step uses fitting tools or fitter. These fitting tools uses the available resources. So because of using these resources, fitting tools match the design identities to different primitives and their interconnections. And this and the next step is to assign each of the component in the netlist. So this requires the routing signals and other interconnections of resources available in that chip. So the additional constraints such as placement of modules with a chip, pin assignment of external input and output can be specified at this stage. And the last step we are going to perform is timing verification. So timing verification at this stage, the actual circuit delays due to wire lengths, electrical loading and other factors are known to precise timing simulation can be performed. So that means on the whole, so this timing verification steps gives us timing behavior of the circuit. I hope you all understood this one. Thank you. Thank you so